Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. We're going through books of the Bible in 4 minutes or so. Today, the book of Psalms. Now, let me ask you a question. Tell me how you feel. Okay, this is a one-way conversation, so I don't know what your answer was, but I can tell you this. Regardless of what your answer was, there's a psalm that deals with how you feel. You see, the Psalms are a collection of poems and songs that capture every human emotion. You'll find in them joy, sorrow, anger, hope, fear, wonder, a desire for revenge, a desire to praise and worship. All of it's found within this book that's both deeply personal and profoundly universal. This book of Psalms, the Bible's songbook, if you will, is a collection of poems and songs that have inspired and comforted people for thousands of years. So let me start with an overview, and then let's talk about the different types of Psalms, and let's close this out with some themes from the book. Overview. You've got about 150 Psalms and songs. It's a little ordered differently in the Hebrew Bible than in the English, but by and large, look at 150. They're traditionally, many of them, associated with King David, but if you're looking at them carefully, the Hebrew Lamed that says of or to King David could mean that he wrote them, but it could also mean he inspired them, that reading the story of David inspired someone. They do cover this wide range of themes. There's praise in there. There's lamenting in the Psalms. There's thanksgiving. There's songs about wisdom. There's songs that are called royal psalms that explore the role of a king and exalt a king. But in the process, they express the full range of human emotion. And so they're often used in personal, private devotion as well as community worship. It provides a model for how to approach God in all circumstances of life, including being raw, being transparent, being very real with God. These cover a time period of perhaps as much as 1,000 years from the time of Moses to after the exile. And they reflect in them Israel's history and theology and worship practice. And so you've got that. Now, let me tell you second, the different types of Psalms. There are hymns of praise that are amazing exaltations of God's attributes and actions. There are laments where the community or the individual is just crying for help and hurting. There are psalms of thanksgiving where it's an expression of gratitude for God's deliverance. There are psalms that are what I call royal, or scholars call royal psalms. They're calling for not only an understanding of the king and David's monarchy, but the messianic hope of the King of Kings. There are imprecatory psalms. That's a big word, but it's calling for God's judgment on enemies. There are pilgrim songs that are songs to be sung while you're journeying to Jerusalem for a festival. And now, point 3, key themes of the book of Psalms. One of the key themes is the character and the actions of God, because these all focus back on God in some way, while they focus on the range of human emotions and experiences. They do have a theme of the importance of honest prayer and worship. And ultimately, they drive you to trust in God's faithfulness despite the circumstances and the anticipation of the Messiah. The New Testament quotes the Psalms more than any other book in reference to the messiahship of Jesus. Now, here's your memorable verse. You probably already know it, but it's just amazing. It's Psalm 23. The first 2 or 3 verses say, "The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul." This week, I urge you to choose a psalm that resonates with your current situation. There are 150 psalms. A lot of people will read 5 a day to read through them each month. And if you do that, don't just read 1 through 5, 6 through 10, you'll get lost. Instead, read one on the first day of the month, add 30 to that, read 31, add 30 to that, 61, 91, 121. And so today, what's today, the 12th? Or if it's the 13th, let's say you're going to start the 13th, you read the 13th Psalm, the 43rd Psalm, the 73rd Psalm, the 103 Psalm, the 133 Psalm. It's a way to get through them. It's a wonderful way. But find a psalm that resonates with your current condition. And whether you're celebrating or struggling, use it as a model for your prayers. Your life will be richer. I gotta go. This has been too long, but I want this to be your video thought for the day.